Now, from Into Tomorrow, this is an ITTV special report.
Our next guests are the people behind IFA, the ones that really make it happen, and their staffs, of course, because they all work very hard. The world's celebrated product premieres here at IFA, the history that is so rich with this show, really comes down to these two guys and their teams at work. First of all, the executive director of IFA and vice president of Messe Berlin is Jens Heithecker. Jens, welcome Into Tomorrow again. How are you?
Thank you. I'm feeling well. And
Good.
You here in Berlin?
Very well, and you should be feeling well. Another great, successful show. And the senior executive manager for IFA is Dirk Koslowski. Hello, Dirk. How are you, sir?
Hi, Dave.
How are things?
I'm happy to be here, as always, as
yes,
you know.
Well, the interesting thing, those of you watching the video of this particular interview, as well as hearing it on the radio, but the video shows less traffic in the halls than we normally have with all the other interviews, because it's after the show hours, the only time we can get these guys, because they're running around, making sure everything's working, making sure everything's happening. You guys have to be the happiest people on the planet, because I think this is an incredibly successful show. Tell me if I'm right.
Is he right?
Yeah.
No, we are happy. We're indeed happy. It's the 50th edition of IFA, and it's the most successful in its history that we can say today. And but it's not only that we are happy. Much more important is that our exhibitors, our partners are happy. And whoever we met these days with their gleaming eyes, and that's okay for us.
Well, and that's how we typically judge the success of many of the trade shows that we broadcast from. As we talk to the guests off the air, how's it going for you? Is it very happy, very successful? Are you seeing a lot of traffic and good business opportunities? At this show, we always get the same thing. Oh, this is incredible. Of course we have to be here. And I said, well, that's great. And then they love coming on and talking about their products. But the fact is they spend 6 great days showing products to people, including general public, and they get instant feedback, which is unlike any other show. And that's terrific, because they really are able to do something great marketing with that information. Huh? Mm-hmm. And you think that's important, do you not?
Absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. Having a great history in the bag is a very significant point. As you know, IFA started in 1924. That means 86 years ago, and among others, Albert Einstein presented his keynote speech in the 1930s here at IFA. So that's just one part, but at the end, no one is just coming to Berlin for celebrating with us, because the core of IFA, the retail trade, all the buyers and retailers, they are happy, and they're coming from all over Europe and the entire world, and that's amazing. Even for us.
That's true. You have great pavilions from China, from Taiwan, from the U.S., from all kinds of countries that have terrific consumer electronics products and appliances to show to people. 3 years ago, speaking of appliances, IFA introduced major appliances to this show. And I know, because we've talked to a lot of the folks here that are showing appliances, and they said it was a bit of a gamble 3 years ago, because everyone wondered, was this going to be successful at a big show that's already known for Consumer Electronics Unlimited? And they said they were extremely happy to be a part of IFA, because it made a big difference. And now, 3 years later, it's natural to show appliances with everything else that we as consumers are buying. Yeah,
yeah, but we are not gamblers. we knew what we do. And especially in this years, we knew very well why we integrated home appliances in IFA. It was not because we thought it's so nice and we need this rented space.
Yeah, right. It's not just filling space.
As Dirk mentioned, the core of IFA is the retail. And if you look to a normal retailer, to a normal shop, you will see all these products in one shop. TV, telecommunication stuff, IT, notebooks, and as well home appliances, smaller and larger home appliances. And to integrate them all for the retailers in one show, that was the main idea behind. And we believed in this idea. Our main exhibitors believed in this idea at this time. We had the major industry in our show 2 years ago from the home appliance industry. And it succeeded, of course.
Yeah.
And we were convinced we are not gamblers. We know what we do.
Yeah, I think really my intention was that most of the appliance folks said for them, they felt it was a little bit of a gamble because they know of the success for consumer electronics. They wanted to have their appliances as accepted, and they were immediately.
You are somehow right. Right. Of
I am
course,
somehow
of
right.
course.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. I'm somehow right.
But that's just because we missed a role model so far. You can put it the other way around. We are a first mover, integrating home appliances into the consumer electronics environment. Yes, that's true. Other leading trade shows, they are more connected to the automotive sector, for example, or they are more focused on telco infrastructure. So that works even pretty well, but our focus, as we already told you, is the retail trade. And if you have a look into, let's say, a Best Buy store, Dixon's, Fry's, whatever, just have a look and you will see the fridge next to the PC, next to the TV panel, and that makes sense at the end.
Yeah, the same consumers are buying all of these things. Why shouldn't they see them under one roof, or under 28 roofs, as it were, here with all the halls that you have available? What's the most innovative thing that you guys saw? You can tell it's after hours. They're moving around all the equipment and so forth. and of course, this happens throughout the day anyway, so we're used to it here. But perhaps instead of tile, we can carpet that floor next year, and that'll be a bit easier. But let's talk in terms, now that it's quieted down just a bit. Let's talk in terms of the most innovative things that you guys have been impressed with on the show floor here at IFA this year. What's jumped out at you as saying that made you go, wow?
For me, it's quite simple. I found out that I can use my iPad as a remote control for a TV. That sounds simple, but it's not so easy to manage, I learned. It's the exhibitor Löwe, and they developed a special software solution for that. And now it's possible, and it's amazing what you can do with it.
That's true. There's an app for that, right? and you're able to see some unique things, whether it's existing product, in this case an iPad, or new product, and be able to say, I can do that, I can use that.
And the other thing integrated in is, if you switch the room at your home, you can take the program from one TV to the next TV in the other room, also with this app, and it's very, very convenient for the big movie.
So there we go, and we know what you like then. And Dirk, what about you? What jumped out at you in this show, this particular year, that you just have to have?
Quite simple, Dave. I found out that Katy Perry is really sexy.
So I'm
But
assuming
honestly
your wife won't be listening to this interview and won't be seeing this video.
No. Honestly, we are all talking about 3D.
Yeah.
And even at IFA, 3D is a big topic, yes. But basically, we should talk about the 3D product family, the product range. And what was most impressive for me was the presentation of Fraunhofer Institute in the TechWatch area at IFA. And they presented 3D without shutter glasses. And that was very amazing, standing in front of the TV panel and just seeing 3D, let's say, feeling 3D.
And even they say that we're probably still 3 to 5 years away from consumer product, but it's happening, and they're showing it, which is great technology. So there's so much more to talk about. I wish we had more time, and I know you guys, even though it's after show hours as we record this, still have many things to accomplish. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us here in the broadcast booth, and thanks for providing the space on your very busy floor. I know you could be selling this space and probably making money. Instead, you allow us to occupy it and talk to so many of your exhibitors. We're delighted to be here, and I hope you ask us back again next year, because there is so much to talk about at the 51st edition of IFA.
You're every time welcome.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dave.
All right,
Pleasure.
thank you. Jens and Dirk with IFA, of course, Messe Berlin. You've got to check out IFA-Berlin.com, their site. Lots of information. Of course, at IntoTomorrow.com, all the videos of the guest interviews, highlights, lots of good behind-the-scenes things. Check it all out at IntoTomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline. Into Tomorrow continues from Berlin and IFA, the 50th edition of IFA, after this.